everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie.
Hello. This video goes out to all the lovers out there. I don't do love topics too often because personally it's not my main focus, but I do want to always remain open to love because there's love in our everyday experiences, whether it be platonic or romantic love, okay? So this is my attempt at taking on this topic with little to no regard for my personal feelings, because this idea came to me and I was like, oh, that sounds so lovely, that sounds so cute, that sounds so romantic, let's do it. At first I was going to title it a romantic getaway with them and what it would look like, but I want to leave it open because maybe it's platonic, maybe you just need to be given a fantasy to open up your heart chakra, which is the intention of this video, to pull on those heartstrings in a healthy way and to know when to close it off, when to open it up. Let's just dive into it, okay? So this is for all the lovers out there, single, taken, in a relationship, whatever the case may be, and those that are just open to being in a escape Piscean type of energy right now, to find out what a getaway with them would be like. I'm leaving this reading completely open and we'll just see where it takes us. I'm using the Sigil Magic Oracle cards for the group selections. There's 3 groups. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to select them on camera. Group 1 looks like this. Sorry for the glare. I'll be sure to get a better image in the thumbnail. Group number 2, I can still get away with showing that, okay? I can get away with showing that. Group number 2, again, I'll have a better image for you. I'll insert it on the screen and have it in the thumbnail. And group number 3, oh, too many. Group number 3. And I can also show this one, kind of. Group number 3. Again, I'll have a better image for you on the screen in just a second. Let's go ahead and dive into this reading and find out what a getaway with them would look like. See you in your group. If you're here, that's because you selected the group number 1, which resonates with this card, the number 2, Passion, Moon in Aries. Let's go ahead and dive into the feels. Tap me into this energy. What a getaway with them would be like for those that selected group number 1. So you have the Passion card, and then you have a crystal that looks like this, that pops out. Does that not look like passion itself? Does that not look like an explosion all in itself, okay? I'm not going to look at the crystal yet to get the details, but intuitively I'm going to start vibing with the energies and pull the rest of your cards. What a getaway with them would be like. Group 1. Okay, so I feel like my group number ones are here with something that is pretty new, funky, fresh, fun, and exciting. Or even if it's not new, this lets me know that my group number ones came here asking about a connection that is deeply rooted in respect and friendship first. I feel like this is a connection that was definitely built on respect and friendship first, and also admiration. I'm getting here that a getaway with them would be putting you in the spotlight or putting the attention on you in some way. They want to hear all about you. They want to know all about your successes, what you've accomplished, what you achieved. I really feel like this would be something very simple with little to no distractions. So this could be at an intimate restaurant, at so I'm getting an intimate party, so maybe a small gathering. For some of you, I'm getting like it was a party of 8 to 10 people and you two found each other. You clicked automatically. This getaway with them would highlight, again, your successes. They want to hear about stories that you have to tell, any type of stories. For some of you, you have a talent, you know how to make something. Like I'm literally seeing someone make something with their hands, like a sweater, a bracelet. Okay, I'm also channeling the word knowledge. They want to know about the knowledge that you have in your particular field. So this getaway, no matter, even if you guys are like in a cabin in the woods, they still want to hear about you. The focus, the attention would be on you. You're dealing with someone who really likes to listen. I'm specifically being brought to a Tauran masculine energy, a Taurus masculine that likes to listen. I'm also channeling the word Japanese. I'm also channeling Aquarius, Cancerian, and something about retrograde is also relevant too. Let me pull one card from here so that we can see any details about the actual getaway itself. But I do feel, again, for whatever reason, this feels new, funky, fresh. Getting to know each other on a deeper level, diving into the friendship more than anything. But there's definitely still romance. There's still that passion, that tension in the air. But I think that both parties would play it really cool. This would be one of those like heavy, flirty type of vibes and energy. But I wouldn't even be surprised if you guys don't kiss, because this might be fresh. This might be new. This, again, it really feels like two people that really genuinely want to hear about each other. Where they come from, what they know, where they want to go. This also feels like it's happening at a time post-op. And when I say post-op, I mean literally after undergoing some sort of spiritual operation in both of your lives. You've undergone some sort of transformation that has you, exactly. This just flipped out of the deck, but I'm not going to take it, but it says positive-minded people. This feels like a renewal or a baptism and turning over a new leaf, if you will, where you both have decided that you are shutting out your old way of life, which includes the old type of people that you would have attracted. There's something new, again, funky, fresh, and exciting about this. You would both be new, funky, fresh, and exciting to each other, because I think you're different than what they would usually go for, or they are different than what you would usually go for. There's something here about an opposites attracting kind of thing here, but although there's something very opposite, there's that positive mentality that you both have in common. You have common morals. I don't know why I'm being shown a coin. This could be like a coin that you can spend like money, or like a coin, you know how you get coins for like Dave and Buster's, Chuck E. Cheese, whatever. I don't know. Do they do coins for Dave and Buster's? I think that was more of a card situation, but you get what I'm saying here. Anything else that I can get about this here? Very intimate. The setting itself would be somewhere where you could show off your talent, show off your skills, show off what you can do. Like for some of you, this is something as simple as like being at a park, skipping rocks, or again, that cabin in the middle of the woods and someone showing off their skills, talents, abilities to create a wood fire, or showing their skills at roasting marshmallows, cooking, preparing meals. This is a space where softness is encouraged. There could be wine and flowers presented in this space as well. For some of you, this could even be a situation where you're like patching something up or sewing something together or something like this. Especially with this sensitivity. I don't know, maybe you could be dealing with someone that's kind of clumsy, if you will. Because I don't know, I kind of see you like bandaging them up, but it's like a small cut. Something small, something simple that needs to be cleaned, taken care of, which again leads me to believe that this is something like rugged, like someone, or like rugged by like being in the outdoors, or if it's like at a simple like candlelit dinner kind of situation, like maybe someone cuts themselves like a little paper cut on the menu, or the glass or something. But for some reason, the feminine energy here would be extremely attentive in that way towards the masculine energy because of something that the feminine energy saw that needed to be healed. Now, this could be man and man, woman and woman, man and woman, them, they in between, anything on the outskirts. But energy doesn't lie. Feminine energy shows up in a particular way. Masculine energy shows up in a particular way. The feminine energy would kind of take control in the situation because it could be something like domestic, meaning it needs to be mended, healed, cleaned, prepared in that way, as opposed to where the masculine energy would step up when it needs to be like structured, strategic, implemented, like something different. Okay, if you know, you know. I'm seeing repeating twos. And a fair balance between softness and passion. I feel like the talking itself would be very like soft-spoken, intimate. But you might have boisterous moments where you make each other laugh. I'm also getting something here about making each other cry. This is really just an I want to get to know you moment. Very natural, organic, not forced. And I can't move past this something in here where someone is showing the other one how to do something. It feels like the feminine energy showing the masculine energy how to do something that is involving self-care or some sort of domestic thing. It could even be like, how do you braid your hair? And you actually braid. This feels like a safe space. And it feels short-lived. The number 3 is relevant, so it would be either 3 hours for those of you that this is just an intimate date or meeting or coming together. For those of you that it is like that cabin in the woods scenario, I almost said 3 weeks, but 3 days is what I meant to say. So anywhere from 3 days, 3 weeks, about getaways and things of that nature, 3 hours, at max 3 weeks. This is where a lot of the minor details are uncovered and discovered. Finding out about each other's upbringing. Do you have siblings? What's your relationship like with your parents? Where were you born? What's your favorite color? What kind of things do you like to do in your free time? This is what the getaway would consist of. Very intimate and detailed questions where you walk away feeling like you've dove into each other's books, if you will, biographies. But I really feel intensity around the softness here. This feels like both of you trying to take things slow, be light-hearted, romantic, soft, innocent, and also a little obscure, because this feels like one of those moments where we're not talking about how attracted we are to each other. We're not like, oh my God, you're so hot. Oh my God, you're so sexy. That's not what I'm picking up here at all. If they, or if you compliment each other's physical appearance or beauty, it too would be a lighthearted and intimate compliment. This is one of those getaways where you walk away from it with those butterflies, wondering where it's going to go from here, because it was so lighthearted yet so intimate at the same time. There's an excitement about where things would go from here. I don't know why I'm seeing something about a hammer. Hammer. Okay, so I'm seeing a hammer nailing in something, and it's bringing me to that concept of like nailing the coffin closed. So I really feel like this would solidify closing a chapter behind you, both of you. It feels like this is like you two both coming together to start a new beginning, but at the same time solidify an ending that needed to be had on both ends, which makes y'all, I just realized at the bottom of the deck we have the Six of Pentacles. So on both ends, that's that Six of Pentacles energy, because these scales here, it's like equal, even, and also 6 pentacles, you get 3, I get 3, so it's for both of us. And literally at the bottom of the deck here is moving on. At the bottom of the deck literally is moving on. This would solidify for both of you, like, yeah, I'm ready to move on from my past, whatever that means. Again, it could be about the positive-minded people, or it could be one person dealing with an ex, going in and out of a situation and solidifying, I'm done with that, nail in the coffin, tossing it to the side. Or someone dealing with a situationship, and this interaction making them realize, yeah, nailing the coffin closed, I'm done with that, moving on. And did I mention safety? There's a strong sense of safety in this getaway as well. Like, this really feels like you two being each other's diary. Just think of me as the pages in your diary. I will keep your secrets. Your secrets are safe with me. Yeah. I like this energy. So here you have, again, your crystal that I want to close out with. This is aragonite. And it says, find your center. Shut up. Y'all, I promise you, I don't know what the back of these cards say because I'm still getting familiarized with them. Why? Do you see that? Hammer. The word hammer is here. It says, like iron no, that is patinaed. Like iron patinaed flowers? I don't know. Like iron patinaed flowers forged by tiny hammers, aragonite forms in geometric bursts called star clusters. It also occurs in the exoskeleton of stony corals and in the shells of most mollusks, protecting the squishy and fishy inside. That's what's going on here. You guys create your own protective shell around this union, around this meeting. And you guys, inside of that, are the mushy, ooey gooey parts of yourselves ready to be shared. What else? It says call on aragonite to help set a healthy, sustainable balance. And that's what this is. A getaway with them would be healthy and sustainable. No pressure. And like even this image here where it says sensitivity, like look at her face. She looks like she's finally found a space where she can open up, be herself, be seen, be heard, be felt. But most importantly, feel safe. This is all that I have for you. In terms of like the getaway itself, I keep seeing marshy green areas with like running water, so like a stream or a lake, and it's fairly quiet. Or again, for those of you that are in traditional settings, it could be like an intimate restaurant. The place doesn't matter. It's the environment and the picture that's been painted. You both have very strong, intimate type of energies, but bringing it together is creating some sort of harmony, the perfect balance. But this is all that I have for my group member ones. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to book a personal reading, first link in the description box down below. Second link in the description box down below is for Patreon if you want to join us over there for additional content that you won't catch here on the main channel. Just so you know, as I am recording this, it's right before Hurricane Milton touches down in Florida. I'm in Central Florida, so we should be all right here. Praying that if the power has to go out, it doesn't go out for too long. Keep us in your prayers. Send us all the love, send us all the light, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a PO box as well as a virtual tip jar in the description box down below. But if you want to contribute to supporting the channel for free, give this video a thumbs up, comment in the comment section down below to let me know how it resonates, and also hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I pull up a new content just like this. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Group number 2, you chose this image here. There will be a better photo of this in the thumbnail and at the beginning of this video. So let's go ahead and dive into it. You chose number 10, Discovery, Moon in Leo. Let's find out what a getaway with them would be like. So first things first, let me get acquainted with the energy. But there's something quiet here. There's something quiet. Group number 2. What a getaway with them would be like. There is something here about quiet footsteps or silence or like being in a library. Something about muted footprints, but the sound. So muted footsteps. Number 2, what would a getaway with them be like? Person on number 2's mind, what would a getaway with them be like? What would a getaway with them be like? Let me sit with this energy for a second. Okay, now I see why I had to pull away. I said that I needed a moment because I just felt so flustered. There was so much energy. And the first thing that's coming through here, I can't even get past this wall until I mention this. But what a getaway with them would be like, you would be so like nervous or on edge, uncertain of yourself, almost a feeling of being insecure or small or insignificant. For some reason, you put this person up on a pedestal. It could be an age gap thing. Or some sort of fear of judgment or questioning some sort of lack, inadequacy or insecurity. And honestly, I kind of feel like this would have to be something that is discussed or talked about between you. There's something here about like, how does that saying go? Letting off the edge, or like taking the edge off. Let me also pull from this deck here. What would, yeah, we have seek seclusion here. So first thing, you might like ask for a moment to yourself to be like, you know what, I need to like go sober up, or I need to go like touch some grass. I need to get some fresh air for a second. There's something about nerves, initial feelings of nerves, needing to think about something. So what is this? Like something that's getting your adrenaline pumping? Yeah. A getaway with them would be like facing your fears. So this is dependent upon the viewer, but you would be facing a fear. And we have a choice here that came out for you. Well, at the bottom of the deck is control. So there's something here that's letting me know that A getaway with them would be like an adrenaline rush, for sure. And something that you can completely control and or manipulate. Like, it's up to you how far you want to go or how deep you want to do this. For some of you, this is like driving a fast car, or like, let's say that they have a motorcycle or something like this here. This would be one of those, like, I agreed to this. I'm going to do this. Like, I want to do this, but I'm terrified to do this. But I'm going to do it. And each baby step that you take into this, it gets easier and easier. I don't know what this is, though. For some of you, it's simply because you just don't trust or open up easily. And this is calling you to put that directly to the test. Oh, and you have the number 10 with discovery, the moon, and in Leo. For some of you, you discover a fear that you didn't know that you had here. So a getaway with them, for some of you, now you have to take this as it resonates, because I'm doing this reading for hundreds of thousands of bajillions of eyes. And so on the light side of this is like you realizing, like, oh my gosh, I agreed to go race car driving and I didn't realize that I'm terrified of racing cars. While for some, this could look like you getting to know this person on this getaway. They reveal something about themselves that you realize you don't like. This could be like they like to live life too much on the edge. Or they're just not your type. They're just not your cup of tea. And something that just doesn't bring you comfort or a feeling of safety or security. And this doesn't have to necessarily be like the worst case scenario. It's just a discovery that you make about you, yourself, the situation, the scenario. I want to look into your crystal here. You can see that image that popped out for you. No way. No way. Guys. See, and just now I like fumbled with this card a little bit. Like, I feel like there's an edge of nervousness here, but for all of you, it's for different reasons. For some of you, it's like, because again, I agreed to do this, but I'm fucking terrified. I don't want to do it anymore. Okay. Or for some of you, it's like you think so highly of this person where you're just like, I have to keep my cool. Like, you're really losing it. The reason why I say that and the confirmation is because I didn't look at these cards. You watched me pull it on camera. And not only that, I don't memorize the backs of these cards because there's so many of them. This is aquamarine, and the key word says what? I'm going to show you. It says, keep your cool. Keep your cool. Like, as I was talking about, like, there's this nervous sensation here, or this, like, there's something here. Sun in Pisces at the bottom of the deck with the number 23, forgiveness. For some of you, this is like facing a fear of your inner child. Excuse me. Or doing something you've always wanted to do as a child, or this getaway would be like a gift or some healing for your inner child. It almost feels like something that you manifested. So it could also be like the fear is from like the sheer perfection of it, of the experience. Okay, so a getaway with them, babes. The way that I can lump this together, summarize it completely, it's a rush of emotions. It's a rush. I think there's discoveries of fears, hidden anxieties, things that bring you joy, things that you need to forgive yourself for. So like, what are you guys on a getaway at, like a spiritual retreat? Are you guys like getting baptized together? Like, I don't know. Coming clean together, doing something for the first time together. That could be a double meaning for somebody. Wow. Okay, now I got so shook by just the keep your cool part that I didn't read the rest. This is aquamarine and it says keep your cool. It's a fancy type of blue beryl and it's a powerful coolant for the head and the heart. This is good for fire signs or those who tend to run hot. Anybody hanging on to an unspoken burning desire. That could even be like the fear, the anxiousness, the energy that I'm picking up on. They say that this is best to use when you've lost your voice. Okay, so again, like a lack of confidence, a lack of personal recall or personal recollection. And what I mean by that is like, in the moment, having to remind yourself of who you are, what you believe in, what you like to do. Literally the type of speech that people give to themselves right before they like jump over the edge, literally or figuratively speaking. And when I say jump over the edge, I mean with a parachute. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this is to cool you, calm you down. So the experience itself, an adrenaline rush, or just a rush of emotions, period. But emphasis here on this choice here and control at the bottom of the deck. You have complete autonomous freedom in this. Also, group number 3 literally has the word choice on their card. So to get this choice and also to be followed by a group that says choice, I'm going to confidently tell you that you should watch group number 3 because it will probably give you insight to what's going on here, which also makes sense because you also have forgiveness at the bottom of the deck, the sun in Pisces, but it's number 23, group 2 and group 3. For others of you, this also looks like a discovery or recollection of your own confidence. For some of you, it's because you face a fear and do something well, or you do something for the first time and do it really well. You discover a talent, a gift, or you discover something that you do easily or something that you do really well. Or for some of you, this could be something that you are so scared to share, but you do, and it's prosperous, exciting, favorable in this person's company. Because the image of your card, it feels like he's comforting her. This could literally be you, the viewer, being comforted to share this aspect of yourself, to share this hidden talent, to say what you're afraid to say. To talk about hidden things of the past or hidden fears or the things that worry you or burden you or the things that are out of your control. I don't know what's going on here, but there's mystery around this reading for a reason. And I'm going to trust God's divine guidance through this. And I'm going to leave your reading right here. But first, before I do, I want to check this card that's at the bottom of the deck. And it's Apopka. Beam yourself up. Way up. And as I said that, I'm getting taking center stage. Yes, I really feel like for some of you, this is what you feel like being put on the spot. Like you're terrified to show people that you can do this or that you have this talent or this skill. You're terrified, but it's revealed on a getaway with them. Like on a getaway with them is like revealing your like biggest fears, your most authentic self, your greatest talent that you've never shared with the world. Yeah, because even on this card it says, yeah, but I feel like this person, this getaway with them, pulls that yeah, but energy out of you and out the window. This person pulls fear and doubt out of you, which is scary. To be fearless, to be doubtless, that can be terrifying. That's a terrifying power to yield and would require great strength and great responsibility. I'll leave you with that. I brought to you all the tycoon, darling, with all the details. I highly recommend heading on over to group number 3, and I'm saying that very confidently because I never even looked at that reading. We haven't even done that reading. We don't even know what's going on, but I confidently am directing you into group number 3, a seamless flow. But if this is where you are stopping, darling, please, if you are interested in booking a personal reading, very first link in the description box down below. Second link in the description box down below is for Patreon content that you will not get here on the main channel. As I'm currently filming this, Hurricane Milton is just a few short hours away. And so fingers crossed that we remain with power, but if not, hopefully it doesn't go beyond a doable point of time. Keep us in your prayers. From Florida, with love. If you want to donate to the channel, there is a P.O. box as well as a virtual tip jar, by the way, in the description box down below. But the reason why, let me backtrack, I was talking about the Patreon into Hurricane Milton thing is because this week I do plan to put a pick a card up over on Patreon because there is a new Patreon pick a card every single week. However, this week that may or may not happen depending on the state of the union. Okay, so please keep us in your prayers. Thank you. And if you would like to support the channel for free skis, just give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up new content just like this, and share this video with a friend. And I will talk to you next time. Bye. Group number 3. I have lived a whole life, changed my outfit, and done all of the things since the last time you saw me at the beginning of this video for the intro. So let's go ahead and dive into this and find out what a getaway with them would be like. You chose this lovely, lovely lady here. I'll be sure to provide a better image for you in the thumbnail. But you chose number 6 choice, Moon in Gemini. So sorry if you can hear, they're like helicopters circling around. Not really sure what's going on there. But let's go ahead and see. For my group 3s, what would a getaway with them be like? Group 3s, what would a getaway with them be like? Group number 3s, what would a getaway with them be like? It's starting off very you focused, which I think says a lot, especially based on the image for your group. Let's see here. Group number 3, what would a getaway with them be like? What would a getaway with them be like? Group number 3. Group number 3. What would a getaway with them be like? Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. So we'll unfold and process as we go. But a getaway with them would be like some sort of a build up. I feel as though they would provide some sort of way to highlight you, to hype you up. You would be by their side, supporting them, but separate. When I say by their side, I mean more like figuratively speaking. I don't know why this feels like almost like a business trip or something, or like they send you to the spa resort first for you to have your own time of intimacy to yourself, and then they show up. They provide a lot of safety and security for you. And a lot of the things that you feel like you need and want. What would a getaway with them be like? Oh, by the way, this is the crystal that came out for you. What would a getaway with them be like? There is something here about patience or longing or like edging, like anticipation for a climax. That could be a double meaning for who that resonates with, but I'm not getting it necessarily just in that way. This feels like a getaway with them is surrendering to whatever pace, flow, or tone that they set. This could be someone that moves pretty slowly. Maybe doesn't move in the way that you would want them to or you would like them to, but they have the same goal, the same destination as you in mind. So a getaway with them forces you to focus on yourself while simultaneously being by their side. So if this were an activity, what could this be? Spirit, give me some examples. Basically, we're together, but we are two separate entities. We're doing our own things. This could be racing. Like I'm being shown like a, what is that, like a potato sack race? Or like racing cars. What else? What other examples? But if I'm being honest, the getaway with them, it's not giving ultra romantic or I think you would have to, AKA choose, like your card says, choose the direction that this would go in, or choose the direction that this would flow in, or take more initiative, or fall into the flow of their pace. This could even be like you guys just being at the beach, vibing, chilling, cooling at the resort, getting away from the mundane everyday lifestyle. And maybe you yourself could be like an antsy type of person, like you like to be active. And so you would have to initiate for you guys to go be active. Or you could choose to sit around and just do what they do. So that's what a getaway with them would be like, quite honestly, is like either you take the reins, you decide, or you just go at their pace, which is cool, calm, and collected, and moving a lot slower. It makes me feel like maybe this is someone who is more fiery with someone who's more grounded, and needing to find that middle ground, or choosing this person's side today or choosing that person's side tomorrow. That person's side meaning their comfort zone, or the activity that they choose. I have to be honest, group number 3, I'm not even going to pretend to try to like candy coat this or sugar coat it. A getaway with them would be peaceful. Some describe peace as boring. But that will be up to you to decide. So the crystal that came out here, let's get a little bit further insight. It's a gate. Find your solid ground. Didn't I just say a fiery one versus a more grounded one? And it says, find your solid ground. So a getaway with them would be like your anchor, your sense of refuge or safety. But the thing is like, if the right person chooses this group and is on this getaway, this person, this grounded type of energy would make you would literally want to take initiative and be like, let's go do this. And they just go with the flow of it. You both go with the flow of each other, whether it be the fiery, angsty one going in the flow with the grounded one, or the grounded one following the flow of the fiery, angsty one. I see that you both are interchangeable in that way. And you both respect each other in that way as well. But for the fiery, angsty one, this literally gives you a solid ground, a solid footing, a good place to start. And when I say a good place to start, I mean to feel safe, because sometimes a fiery, angsty type of person can get themselves into a world of trouble. This would be like your guardian angel, your solid ground. I always get this analogy of like the perfect kind of pair like this would be the balloon full of helium and the string that is anchored beneath, holding it in a particular place or space. But the balloon can choose to come and go as it pleases. Like it could go this way or that way, but it still has its solid ground, that string that keeps it grounded and in place. But that string does not try to dim the balloon's light or stop the balloon from reaching new heights. The string can lengthen or diminish itself accordingly. It's a very harmonious flow here. But it definitely is one of those situations where you have to choose. Because in this situation, it's like life is what you make it. You could choose to be at peace near this person's side because that's how they are. Somebody might call it boring, but the right person won't. Especially if you're not afraid of taking initiative. A getaway with this person, if you don't mind taking initiative and having someone there to like anchor you, support you, hype you up, they are perfect for that. Anything else for my group number 3s? getting lots of kisses right now. Okay, that was very random. Like just kisses, like rare, rare, rare. I don't know why I'm raring for kisses, but I'm getting that. Oh, like little bite marks, little nibbles. Okay, love bites. This person likes kissing, or at least kissing you particularly. And I'm really hearing, life's what you make it, so let's make it right. Or did she say let's make it rock? I don't know. Whatever she said, life's what you make it. And this situation is no different here. I think that a less mature or naive version of you would have considered this boring, but the evolved version of you sees this for the opportunity and solid ground that it is. Okay, yeah, and I'm just starting to like scratch my neck right now. Definitely getting like love bites, hickeys, love marks, bites, little scratches, little kisses, things of that nature. It's like the support system that you didn't know that you needed. But again, it's from a solid grounding space. Now, for some of you, my viewers, you might be the solid grounded one, but that's not how I'm getting this. I'm getting this from the perspective of the viewer being the fiery, angsty one that likes to take control, likes to take charge, or like to send things in a certain direction. The starter. That's why you have choice. Because I want to focus back on this image. It's because this person, as they are depicted in the background here, they just like to see you doing you. That's why it's like this. Like they just really like to be there. Like to be there with you is just, I don't know. It's got me smiling in a really cheesy way, actually. Like being in your company is all that they need. And with that being said, group number 3, thank you so much for tuning in here. I hope that if you're here, you understood the message as it is. Sending you so much love, so much life. If you'd like to support the channel for free skis, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, share this video with a friend, and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up a new content just like this. If you'd like to donate to the channel monetarily or with a gift, there is a PO box as well as a virtual tip jar in the description box down below, and right above that is Patreon, so you can join us with content that you won't get here on the main channel. As I'm currently filming this, Hurricane Milton is on its way to Florida. I'm in Central Florida praying to God that we don't get impacted too bad. Like, so keep us in your prayers. The reason why I'm mentioning that with Patreon is because I usually post a pick a card every single week on Patreon for all of you to view, aside from what I do post here on the channel. But the hurricane may or may not change that. So keep us in your prayers, and I'll talk to you next time. If you want to book a personal reading, first link in the description box. See ya!